Welcome to the Raider Talks podcast show. I am your host, Art Navarrete, here alongside Nick Yobara. Today we'll be doing the Raiders versus Cowboys game recap. The Raiders come out on top 36-33 in an exciting thriller of a game. Nick, how do you feel about the game?
Yeah, no, it was a really good game. I knew it was going to be a good one when we came out and scored quick. Carr to Deshaun Jackson. It was really good. Running game was going. Offensive line looked great. Defense looked great at times. And DC really got rolling again. So, yeah, no, we looked good.
Yeah, we look really good. We look pretty solid all around. Defense didn't play as good as I thought they are capable of, but the defense has been carrying us the last couple of weeks. It was glad to see the offense carry us in that ball game.
Yeah, this was the most points we scored, I think, of all season at 36. We're just rolling. DC had 373 yards. Jacobs finally has a really good game, 87 yards on the ground and a TD. And then it just seemed like everybody had a big game as wide receiver, like Renfro, D-Jax, Zay Jones. They all had huge yards, some big catches. And, yeah, we got it done. This was a really good showing by the offense.
Yeah, it was a very exciting game, and it just put some hope into Raider fans in that game. They just came out, played great, and tell me if I'm wrong, but it looked like the Raiders were just having fun out there. Looked like they're playing loose, and something I haven't seen in the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, we needed this game, and it just seemed like everything was finally back together. Everything clicked and was just back together. They were playing loose. They were having fun. You saw a lot of smiles. A lot of, everybody was having fun. A lot of energy. So we went out there. We played loose and got the big dub.
Yeah, Carr looked like he was having fun once again. Last 3 weeks, he looked like he was pretty miserable being on the field for maybe reasons that are off the field issues with the Ruggs and the Gruden incident. But this game looked like he was having fun, back to old DC, and hopefully we can get that DC the rest of the season and this offense the rest of the season.
Yeah, the past 2 years after the stretch that we have, we go into the funk. Offense never recoups. We never had a game like this to where we had the 500 yards of offense and everything just looked right. This is a good direction going forward, and I'm excited to see what we can do for the rest of the season.
So I want to speak a little bit about Deshaun Jackson and the spark he has given us. I mean, the last 3 weeks, Deshaun Jackson looked like he was learning the offense. He wasn't in a lot of plays. But this last week, he looked like he was in a lot of plays and looked like Carr and him have gained a little bit of trust in each other. Looks like they have a little bit of a connection now. So Carr is going back to what he used to do when we had Henry Ruggs.
Yeah, you saw it on the first touchdown of the game. He connected with him for a 56-yard touchdown. And after that, it was another big catch and another big catch.
And a couple pass interferences, yeah. And he opened up a lot of plays for guys such as Zay Jones, Hunter Renfro, Waller early in the game. Hopefully Waller will be all right. But, yeah, Deshaun Jackson just opened up the field a lot. Opened up the field for Carr, made the game way easier.
Yeah, really opened up this offense. Drew a couple of pass interferences, like you said. The deep decoy, where a couple guys can be on him. It had three really big catches for 102 yards. This is what we need. This is the spark that we needed. DC finally has his deep threat again. So, our offense is going to keep rolling, and I'm excited to see what we do.
After that Chiefs game, it felt like some people may have given up on Deshaun Jackson because of that one play. But I was still excited for him. I was excited waiting for him to get going. And I think this is his breakout Raider game. And I feel like he's going to be a Raider in the future. And I feel like he's going to be the spark we need if we want to make the playoffs and even make a run in the playoffs. We are right here in the mix. As of right now, the Chargers just lost to the Broncos, so we all are standing at a record of 6-5, and the Raiders control their own destiny going on. So it's just exciting. We're this deep in the season. The Raiders control their destiny. I see a lot of good things from the Raiders, and we see some bad things from the Raiders. But hopefully, after this huge victory, they can just start rolling and getting wins.
Yeah, well, like I said, I don't think we've ever had this big of a win. Offense never looked good. Or offense, we looked good, but, offense didn't look this good the past 2 years during the meltdown. So it feels good being a Raider fan knowing that you've won this kind of game against that team. with the yards you put up, with the points you put up. Everybody had a really good day. Let's go forward and let's finish this thing out and get a playoff spot.
Yeah, that was a huge game and made my Thanksgiving a lot better. What about you, Nick?
Yeah, I was excited. After we won, went to my grandparents. Grandparents were big Cowboy fans. You talk crap on them, and really just celebrated. This was a big win. I was pumped up. I don't know about pumped up coming into the game, just because of the 3-game losing streak and how this offensive looked. And it was just, I didn't know how to feel. After the D-Jax touchdown, man, this is going to be a really good game. It was a good game. We won in an overtime thriller, and you're excited for the rest of the season. You're happy. You celebrated, and it was a good day. It was a good day to be a Raider fan.
Yeah, I would say that I felt relieved. I felt like this season is rejuvenated a little bit. I feel like the Raiders are finally heading in a right direction here in the second half of the season, and it just really pumped me up. We had almost kind of a feeling of, man, the season's over. This happened the last 2 years. It's looking ugly. But after that big win, it just gives you hope and gets you pumped up for this game against Washington.
Yeah, now you got the big win. You got a couple days off, and then now it's on to Washington. They're a good football team, but this offense, this defense, everything about us, we're better. Let's go out. Let's get this win because we need to start putting wins along if we want that playoff spot.
Yeah, we got huge games coming up. We got Washington, the football team, and then we got the Chiefs, right?
Yes.
So these 2 games, and then we got the Browns after, and then the Broncos. So we have a 4-game stretch here, and I think we're going to need to win 3 out of 4 to be feeling good.
Yeah, Washington versus Raiders. This is the last one where they're gonna probably can face a team as a losing record, because after that you look at the Chiefs, Browns, Broncos, Colts, Chargers. They're all fighting for playoff spots.
All good football teams.
Yeah, Chargers, Broncos, and us. We're all fighting for the AFC West. Along with the Chiefs, we're all fighting for the AFC West. But then you just look at the Browns and Colts, and then again with the Chargers and Broncos, they're all looking for playoff spots. If we want to be a playoff team, playoffs start on Sunday against Washington, and we got to just put some wins together because this is a very good schedule that we're doing, and we could really put some teams away.
Yeah, these are huge games. These are like playoff games coming up here, and if we can get in the playoffs and beating these teams pretty good, then we're going to feel really good going into these playoff games, and we'll feel like we're a playoff team, a team that can make a run for the Super Bowl. I mean, we got tough games coming up, and Washington is no easy game too. They got a pretty good defense. Obviously, the Chiefs, the Browns, Broncos, Chargers, Colts, all very good, solid football teams. So it's going to be pretty fun. This stretch right here, we're really going to get to know who the Raiders are.
Yeah, like you said, we're really going to get to know who the Raiders are, how much they want it, and how much they really want to go to the playoffs. Because even after this 3-game skid, we're still in it. We play playoff teams playing for a playoff spot. So, yeah, we're going to see what we're made of and how much we want it.
Because the Raiders don't have really an identity right now. They won a huge game versus the Cowboys, but they're on a 3-game skid. And then they went on a couple-game win streak. Then they lost a couple early in the season. And it's been a roller coaster all season long. And we're just talking about on the field right now. It's been a roller coaster all season long. Mm-hmm. And we're going to need to really shape our identity in these last weeks going into playoffs.
Yeah, we need to be more of a complete team. I know the stat, we're 6-0 and Carr throws for 300 yards. But I would like rushing yards. I would like us to just be a complete football team and dominate on all levels, not just DC going out there, hey, let's see how many yards you can throw for, and let's just hopefully you get over the 300 mark and let's win this ball game. I want to see everybody just be good, have a complete offense, defense, special teams, and just go out there and dominate.
Speaking of special teams, a big shout out to Daniel Carlson. He's finally coming back to the Daniel Carlson he was, and he's kicking the football good right now.
Yeah, a couple kicks that are not all kicks are not easy, but he had some kicks where there were just chip shots, easy. He made them. Then he had some really long ones. The 56 to go up by 3, and I think it was a long one to a big one to get us up. I think 8 or 11. So, yeah, no, he went 5 for 5. His longest was 56. He had a really good day.
Yeah, Carlson played really well. And let's talk a little bit about the coin, the power of the coin. So, if we're looking at the schedule right now, everyone, if you're a Raider fan, you know about the coin, right? I didn't believe it. I'm going to tell you that right now, but now I do. Raiders beat the Cowboys. How does that coin predict that we're going to lose the Bengals but beat the Cowboys?
Right? You look at the coin. I think the coin I saw come up as when the Broncos and Eagles game. I says, nah, this coin isn't real because we're gonna go beat the Giants, and then we're gonna go beat the Chiefs and Bengals. Like really, we're gonna lose to the Giants. But hey, it's 11-0 right now, and the coin has us winning Sunday, so it's a little thing to be happy about. But if you believe in that, cool. If not, whatever. Raiders just got to play good football and just get some wins.
You know what? Fuck that coin. We're gonna go 6-0. Fuck that coin. Fuck that. We're not losing another 2 more.
Yeah, no. We really can't. If we want to make the playoffs, we really can't.
We're not. I'm telling you guys right now. The coin's cool and all. It says we're gonna make the playoffs, but we're not sneaking in with a 10-7 record. I don't think so. I can't. I feel like there's gonna be 8 teams with a 10-7 record. Obviously not 8 teams. There'll be a ton of teams with a 10-7 record, and obviously we don't got a tiebreaker against some of them.
Yeah. I think for us to feel good, it would probably be 11 wins. For
us to think that we did everything we can in this last part of the season,
you would want to go 11-6, which means we have room for just one more loss. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with 6 left to play, we got to go 5-1. It's doable. I mean, it really is doable. We play Washington. They're not a pushover team, but I think we can get that one. We go play the Chiefs. Hard game on the road, 10 o'clock. But we beat them last year in Arrowhead, so we'll see on that one. Browns, Saturday, special edition of football. They're kind of really struggling. I know they're playing right now against the Ravens. We need the Ravens actually to win. So then we can get a higher seed than the Browns and then go beat them. Broncos, we already beat them before. So, they're not really a pushover. They beat the Chargers. Colts are a really good team. I saw a little bit of their game today against Tampa. Carson Wentz has got that team excited and ready to go. So that one's really going to be a good one. Then the finale against the Chargers. They beat us on Monday Night Football, and we want to go beat them on our home in Vegas. So we got a good little schedule. Some wins that we obviously need. But it's just going to come down to if the Raiders want it. If Raiders want to go to the playoffs, go take it. It's right there in front of us.
Yeah, looking ahead at the schedule, we got 6 more ball games left, and I feel like we should win 5 out of 6 of them for sure. I feel like the Raiders, obviously, they have to beat the Washington if they want to be a playoff football team. The Chiefs-Raiders game is a toss-up. It's if they beat Washington and the Raiders get on a roll, then I feel like it's going to be tough to beat us. But you never know with that game. But that's kind of like a 50-50 game, a tight division game. That might come down to the last play. Either Chiefs or Raiders win that ball game. But the Raiders, what you got to say?
No, I just like the, you win against Washington. Of course you want that dub, but you just want to look good against the Chiefs. I think against the Chiefs, you don't want to go out and put the performance that you had on Sunday Night Football in Vegas and get blown out. You want to put a good game together and give them a run for their money. That's
look like a playoff team out there. Yeah, and then we got the Browns, which is a must-win game. We got to beat them. We always beat them. Got to beat them. The Broncos, they're a good, solid football team, but the Raiders are better. We match up better. We beat them last time pretty good, so we're gonna need to beat them again. And we're in Vegas this time for that game, so we can't lose anymore at home. We've been terrible at home the last 2 or 3 years. It hasn't been good. We need to win at home. And then we got the Colts in Indianapolis. So it's never an easy game going over there. But again, it's another game we should win. We have the better quarterback. We have better talent. And then the Charger game. Chargers aren't looking good right now. They aren't. Their offense doesn't look as good as they once did. And it's time for the Raiders to go beat the Chargers. So I expect the Raiders to win 5 out of 6. They have to win 5 out of 6. They want to make the playoffs for sure. And they have to beat all those teams. The Chiefs-Raiders game, like you said, it's one of those games where we gotta go out, look good, and play a good, solid ball game. If we lose or win, it matters. But at the same time, it just shows if we play great and we lose, it shows we're a playoff team.
Yeah, this is where you just got to keep. You got to get going. 3 game skid. We look really good against the Cowboys. The offense comes back to life. We got to keep it going. This is a big stretch. We want the playoffs. We feel like why not us? Why can't we go to the playoffs? And this is the time. We got some playoff contenders in front of us. Let's go put them away and get that playoff spot.
This is the year for the Raiders. They need to make the playoffs, or else it's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be a little bit of a tear down. I mean, you're gonna get new coaches. You're gonna get a new general manager for sure. You never know about the players on the field, but if these players want to be in Vegas next year, they're gonna need to win.
Yeah, because all the players right now on the field, I want to say, are Mayock and Gruden's boys, and if we don't get it done, Gruden's already gone. Mayock is, might be on his way out. You get a new coach and GM that want their kind of boys. So, maybe clean house, maybe get rid of some of these guys. So they got their jobs are on the line right here in these next 6 games. Let's go out and take it and see what happens.
Yes, this is a big stretch for the Las Vegas Raiders, and they're going to need to come through and play some good football. Hopefully they can get in the playoffs and give us something to look forward to. If they sneak in the playoffs, then I feel like this is a team that can win, make a run. And you never know what happens by the time it comes playoff football, especially in this type of year where anyone can lose on any given Sunday.
Yeah, there really isn't no clear-cut favorite. Usually someone's running away with the AFC, someone's running away with the division. I'm looking at the standings right now. No one's really running away with anything. Tennessee and Patriots have 8 wins each. We're awaiting the Baltimore Cleveland game to see if Baltimore's going to get 8. But, you're after 11 weeks or 12 weeks, your win leader is 8 in the AFC and 9 in the NFC. So there's really no clear-cut favorite. It's anyone's conference. It's anyone's championship. So, if you're the Raiders right now, you're looking and, hey, it's up for grabs. Let's go take it.
Especially in the AFC, because the NFC, there's a couple good teams in there that you feel are the top-tier guys. But I don't feel like there's any top-tier teams in the AFC, and I feel like it's going to be about the team who gets hot at the end.
Well, yeah, because, you look at New England, they're the first right now in the AFC East. They're young. They've been there. Belichick's been there before, but, like Mac Jones and those guys, they never been there before. They never had the lead going in, so, you never know about that. Buffalo's good, but, they have been struggling this year. Then you go to Baltimore and Cincinnati. Cincinnati's also young. Baltimore, obviously, we beat them before, but, they look good. They look good now. Tennessee's hurt. Tennessee's really, really hurt, and Tannehill doesn't look good without Henry or A.J. Brown.
They are a solid football team, though. They have been being the opponents they need to beat, and that's something the Raiders need to do. They need to beat the opponents they need to beat.
Yeah.
That's a team like the Titans. They're losing to tough teams. Actually, the other week they lost a bad opponent, but for the most part, all season long, they're beating the teams they're supposed to beat and losing to the teams they're supposed to lose to. And that's what the Raiders need to do. They need to beat all the teams. They need that on the schedule. You look at the schedule and you say, we need to beat them. They need to beat them. They can't lose to the Giants. They can't lose to the Bears, teams like that. And that's what we need to do going on. We need to beat all those teams that we need to beat.
Yeah, no, you're right. And we put ourselves in this hole because we didn't beat the Giants. We didn't beat the Bears. I think if the offense shows up, we beat the Bengals because the Bengals really didn't show up until late, and I think we just gave them those points. So you're right. We put ourselves in this hole. So now the games that we need to, well, we need to go 5-1, but we need to go out and stop stinking it up and not showing up and go take these games because we really need these games going forward.
And luckily, in a season like this, we dug ourselves in a little bit of a hole, but luckily, we're a solid football team. We've seen sparks. We've seen sparks of it. We've seen spurts of it. So we feel as fans that we can do something special if we can start putting the good games together and start showing up every game and stop the no-shows. So in a year like this where everyone's struggling, hopefully we can take advantage of our little hole we dug ourselves into because we're still right in the mix. We control our own destiny. Hopefully we can take advantage, make a run, and go on to the playoffs. It's playoffs or bust for the Raiders this year. That's how I feel. That's how I view it. It's been too long.
Yeah. It's weird because after the 2016 season, everyone was coming back. Carr was coming back, and you just felt like, okay, we're not only competing for the AFC West, we're going to compete for the AFC conference and just in total. And we're a Super Bowl favorite or, a championship favorite. And that wasn't the case. And, I think in reality, Raiders have not had a playoff game since probably the Super Bowl year. I wouldn't count the 2016 because we went out there with a rookie, a third-string quarterback and just completely stunk it up. But you're right. I'm ready. I want to go to the playoffs. I'm ready to see my team in the playoffs and compete, and be good and put a couple wins together to, go to the Super Bowl. So, Art, I feel like it's coming. In these next couple of years, we're gonna be up here. Instead of being in this 8th spot right here, we're gonna be up here in the 1, 2, 3. Celebrating and looking for the playoffs.
Yeah, me too, but I think it starts with this year. Mm-hmm. I think this year is the year where we need to start turning it around. We need to start being a team. We need to make the playoffs and be a team that's in the playoffs every year in, year out. I want to be one of those solid football teams. You don't want to be one of those teams that's on the outside looking in every year. And if we don't make it and we're on the outside looking in, it's still – you're going into a season with more pressure on you. Playoffs are bust, and it just hasn't been going right the last 20-something years. So hopefully they can make the playoffs, hopefully win a game in the playoffs, and then it will get the ball rolling for the Raiders in the future and the ball rolling for Las Vegas as a city and as a team.
Yeah, just something to build on. You get there. No matter what, I don't think they can take that away from you. You are a playoff team. You've got there. And then you just start building from there. You've been there. You've done that. Hey, you like that feeling? Let's keep on going back to playoffs. Hey, you like, going to the playoffs? Well, then let's get to the other round and the other round. And then, I think your main goal is the Super Bowl. You like going to the playoffs? Okay, well, now let's go to the Super Bowl. Let's win this thing. Let's be champions. Because I think a parade down the strip would be badass.
Yeah, hopefully we can make a run in these next 6 games and make the playoffs. We shall see. It all starts with Washington, and we'll see you guys for Raider Talks Thursdays, and then we'll see you for the pregame show ahead of this game in Washington. A huge game and a huge step for the Raiders if they want to be playoff teams. Thank you, everybody, and go Raiders.
Go Raiders.